birds will come straight out of them pines, they'll come straight through.
Are they nice and low?
No.
Okay.
We've had some fun at the Upperwood estate on the edge of the Peak District. It's a shooting destination we've been lucky enough to film on a couple of occasions. James Crowther and his family run the shoot, and it offers impressive birds which require impressive shooting from the likes of Andy and Wayne, and all without incident. Last week, while on their way to carry out heather-burning, James and fellow keeper Jono Simmons shot a magpie. Just like these, in case you were wondering. All very black and white, until the boys and girls in blue turned up.
We're coming up to do a bit of heather burning on the top of the moor, and there was a magpie in the top of the tree. Shot landed on the moor, thought nothing else of it, got the burning equipment out. Then all of a sudden, there was a police helicopter flying around the edge of these hills.
And probably an hour later, about 10:30, I had a phone call from James's cousin actually that said that the police were down here looking for us, and someone has claimed they've been shot, or shot at.
I was like, give over. Somebody's claiming that they've been shot, and 2 people on a horses, I think, had been spooked, and one of them had fallen off a horse.
We started making our way off the top of the moor where we were, and that's when we were confronted by 6 or 7 armed response officers.
Making the way up the moorland track towards us with all firearms loaded, pointing at us.
This is not the first time James has had armed officers interrupting his gamekeeping duties. In the summer of 2023, he proved more successful decoying armed police than woodies when this lot turned up and confiscated his shotgun, following a complaint from a member of the public.
I don't even feel the police was bothered when they worked out we was pigeon shooting. The guy that come to me didn't understand the rural aspect of what we was doing. Because we had guns in his eyes, he sort of criminalised us straight away.
Back to this recent incident, and 2 calls were said to have been made to the police. One from a runner who claimed he'd been shot, and another about a person falling off a horse after it was startled. While it may seem like Greater Manchester Police overreacted, it's unclear what information was given in the calls, and that may have dictated their response, according to former Met Police Detective Ian Jensen.
Realistically, is if you get an allegation that someone's firing a gun and someone's been injured, albeit by falling off their horse, you've got to go and have a look. The police are in the risk business as well as the law enforcement business. And you can't just go, oh, it's obviously the guy's up on the moors and someone's horse is overreacted or something. You've got to go and have a look. And then having gone and had a look, you've got to satisfy yourself that everything is as the people telling you actually is. Because, and this may come a shock, but when the police talk to people, not everybody tells them the truth. And I'm not suggesting that these guys didn't tell the truth, but you've got to kind of make sure that it is.
The firearms officers on the time, they said everything checked out, licences, guns checked out, they was happy with us. 5 minutes later, they get a call to say that a sergeant 3 pay grades above them has decided we needed to go down to the police station for questioning because we might have injured somebody.
On the day I had my dogs with me, so we had to go back via my house, at which point they insisted on going through all my gun cabinets and guns that I had at home, making sure everything was legit, which it was. And then, yeah, spent the next sort of hour or so in the back of a van and at Ashton Station.
And then when we got there, the custody sergeant, like a lady with a little bit of common sense, started telling the story. Basically, this member of the public had saying they'd been shot, which was, in our opinion, impossible because the shot was up and we was away from the footpaths. I overheard him say, well, we can't go to every clay pigeon ground and arrest everybody for letting a shot off, can we? Just because somebody doesn't like it doesn't mean we can arrest them. So after 10 minutes at the police station, they basically come back and said, you're not being arrested, you're going to be discharged.
The decision to take James and Jono to the police station in Ashton-under-Lyne resulted in no burning being done and several people and the estate losing money and valuable time for upland management.
A massive waste of time, and more annoying really is employed extra staff on the day because it was a good day for burning. We've only got a short window to do it between October and end of March. And obviously weather's against us a lot of the time, so we lost an important day's work. The officer on the ground even stopped the other lads from carrying on burning. They could have carried on their own, but they didn't want them to, so.
For us, it just puts you on edge because you can't go about doing your job. We're not breaking the law in any way, shape or form, but you get treated like a criminal, guns seized, and if you argue back, you end up being uncooperative and they don't like you talking back. So you're basically stuck in a situation where you're waiting for them to sort of figure it out themselves and realise you've done nothing wrong.
And I think that there is a recognition, it would seem, obviously, from those local officers, that activists can use, the fact that someone's shooting and someone's frightened to try and curtail the legal activities of country folk, for want of a better all-round phrase. I'm just trying to put some perspective around how that may have played out. I mean, in the end, it kind of was a happy ending and common sense prevailed. And often, we can look back and learn from what's happened.